Good morning everybody, and thank you for joining me again. Now, before we go any further, I just want to say thank you to 3 people. Okay, I just want to say thank you to Dino from Shilling King Metal Detector for sending me this lovely Christmas card and one of his stickers, so thank you Dino. I also want to thank Floyd the Detectorist in America for sending me this lovely Christmas card. And Floyd also sent me this lovely commemorative $2 banknote. So thank you very much, John, my friend. It is greatly appreciated. And last but not least, I want to thank Christopher for sending me a new boxy thing. And to be honest, Chris, it's a lot better than the one that I've already got. It's a wonderful little coin box. It's all padded inside and I love it. So hopefully when we come out of lockdown and I can get out again, I'll be filling this full of wonderful little coins and things if I'm lucky. So thanks Chris, I do appreciate it. Now by popular request, quite a few of you wonderful people out there have asked what George the Mad Dog looks like. So without further ado, let's go and see if we can catch George on camera. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. Little treats on my please. Right, here he is everybody. The little dog you can usually hear in the background, George. Now, I'm having to feed him treats because he's a bit camera shy, aren't you? There you go fella. Yum 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 yum. Okay my friends, well there he's finally revealed, little George. I know. Okay, back to the video. Right boys and girls, that was George the Mad Dog. Right, let's get back to why we're actually here. Now, over the Christmas period, I watched quite a few metal detecting videos, as I'm sure you all did. But while I was reading the comments, I noticed that quite a lot of people were getting their very first metal detector for Christmas. And some of them went on to say that they were seriously thinking about making videos for YouTube. Well, my advice is don't just sit there thinking about it, get on with it. Why not? Now, when you think about it, being in lockdown isn't such a bad thing, because it will give you plenty of time to practice making videos and honing your skills to perfection. You could go out in the garden, if you've got one, making videos of your dog, your cat, your wife, your husband, whatever, or inside. As I say, if you haven't got a garden, you can practice putting the clips together, speaking in front of the camera, because a lot of people are camera shy. And as I say, it'll give you loads of time to practice, because there's nothing worse than going out with your brand new metal detector and your brand new camera or whatever, making a video while you're out there, getting home and finding out it's rubbish. Because I've got the t-shirt for that. But that's what I did when I first started. I thought, oh, I'll be good at this. I went out, metal detecting, made a video, got back home, it was rubbish. And I don't want you to make the same mistake. So, practice, practice, practice. Now, what do you think is the most important thing as regards making your videos for YouTube? Your camera, phone, GoPro, tripod, whatever? No, none of those things. The most important thing is your enthusiasm and your commitment. Because without those things, you might as well not bother. Because if you make a video and when the viewers are watching it, it comes across as being really boring and someone that's not interested, they'll just turn it off. I've seen a lot of videos like that where people are out there metal detecting. Oh, this is what I've found. Oh, I've just found this. Let's move on to the next signal. It's boring. You've got to make it interesting for your viewers. Alright, so in saying that, the next most important thing obviously is going to be your camera, your phone, your GoPro, whatever. So let's just take a quick look at the cameras that I now use and have used previously. Okie dokie, catch you in a minute. Right, my good friends, this is the camera that I used to use out in the field. It's quite a few years old now, but it is a very good camera. It's obviously a Fuji. It's a Fuji FinePix S3300. It's got a really good wide angle lens. It's got a 2.5 inch LED screen on the back. The beauty about this camera is that it still takes absolutely marvellous photographs. And as I said, I still use it for photographing my finds. The downside of this camera is that it will only take a 10-minute HD video clip. It will take as many clips as you want, but only in 10-minute sections, if you know what I mean. On a plus note, the audio pickup on this camera is absolutely amazing. It will literally hear a pin drop. Overall, it's really good, but it's quite a few years old now, and it's starting to develop one or two little hiccups, which is why I stopped using it, because I don't want it to pack up while I'm out in the middle of nowhere filming a video. But overall, it's very good. Anyway, that's the one that I used to use. So now we'll just pause for a second and I'll show you the camera that I'm using now. Right, my good friends, this is the camera that I'm using at the moment, which I'm filming most of this video on. It's a Sony Handycam. It's got a 54 times optical zoom, which is operated by that button there. That button there is used for taking photographs, although I haven't tried it yet, so I don't quite know how good it is. If you turn it round, it's got the shutter there. It is quite a wide angle lens. It's also got the little doohickey to protect the lens. To charge it up, you use this little cable here, which is permanently attached to the camera and fits into that nice little slot just there, little whatever you want to call it, but it is quite handy actually. Turn it on and off just there, open it up like that. The screen obviously rotates around depending on what angle you want to shoot the video in. All in all, it's a very good camera, and the video clips that it takes in high definition are very good, and it doesn't have the disadvantage of the other camera only taking 10-minute videos. It'll keep going for as long as you want it to. Memory card goes in there, down there like that. The batteries go in that compartment just there. Overall, a fantastic piece of kit. Cost about £120. No, I tell a lie, about £150. You can get them cheaper, and you can obviously pay an awful lot more money for them. But that's the one I'm using at the moment, boys and girls, and up to now, I'm very happy with it. Okay, my friends, right, back to the video. Right, boys and girls, well, those are the two cameras that I still use. Now, obviously, you don't have to use a camera. You can use your phone or a GoPro. But I can't say too much about GoPros because I've never owned one. But if you want to use your phone, there are a couple of things that you've got to remember. If you're going to use your phone, make sure that you use it horizontally as opposed to vertically. Because if you don't, you'll end up with a very narrow picture and big black lines down either side. The other thing that's important about using your phone is to make sure that the audio quality is good. I tried using my phone once. The picture was fantastic, but the audio quality was so bad you couldn't hear a word that I was saying, so that was a waste of time anyway. The other thing that I can't stress enough is the audio quality of your video. Let me explain. There are certain things in a video that you can get away with and certain things that you can't get away with. If the picture quality is not bang on or something's not quite in focus, you can just about get away with that. But you can't get away with bad audio. It's no good making a lovely video if people can't hear what you're saying, because they'll just turn it off and watch something else. I've watched a lot of videos like that. The picture quality's been good, the subject matter, the content's been excellent, and you haven't been able to hear a word that they've said, so I've just turned it off. And if your video's like that, they'll turn it off and they'll watch something else. So please bear that in mind. The audio quality is so important. Okay, now there are one or two other things that will come in handy while you're out there in the field making your wonderful video. I'm sure that some of you have watched videos and halfway through the video a subtitles come up saying the batteries are going, or the person said, oh, the batteries have nearly gone, so the video's finished, and they say part 2 to come. Well, that's not very good, but it needn't happen. You don't have to have a spare battery for your phone or your camera. You can use one of these. It's a power pack. This one cost about £12 from Amazon. Other companies are available, and it holds a hell of a lot of charge. So just pop that in your bag, and while you sat down having a cup of coffee and a sandwich, plug it in with your lead to your camera or your phone for 20 minutes and you're up and running again. So there's no need for your battery to fail. Now, I didn't get a bag with that camera. I wonder why. I had to buy one separately. But it's well worth investing in one if you're going to use a camera, because you don't want to put that in your finds bag to carry around with you just for it to get covered in muck and dust and possibly get scratched. So it's well worth thinking about. I would also strongly suggest that whether you use a phone or a camera, use a tripod. It could be one of those tiny little ones if you want, that's up to you. But I do strongly suggest you using a tripod to keep the shot steady. It's very difficult holding something in one hand, keeping it steady and focused and concentrating on your digging and your fine and getting it all right. It's very difficult, as you've probably seen in some videos. You know, people have tried to do it one-handed and it just hasn't quite worked. Now, I obviously don't carry one of those big tripods around with me in the field. I use this one. It's small, lightweight, compact. It extends fully to about 5 foot. I've fastened that onto it just there, and it clips onto the back of my belt with this little clip thingy that I made in my workshop. That goes on the back of the belt, and that clips on just there. I can hardly feel it when it's on the back of my belt, and I think it's an absolutely wonderful piece of kit. I do strongly suggest a tripod. Anyway, that is about it for this first video, my friends. I hope it's been helpful to some of you who are thinking about embarking on a video career on YouTube. And I just want to thank everybody for watching, and in part 2 I will be explaining how to put your video together, the different editing softwares you can get, little tricks of the trade to make a better video. So until the next time, my friends, I'll say goodbye. But before I go, if any of you wonderful people out there have got any ideas on what you'd like me to make in the next video as regards subject matter, please leave a comment down below, and I'll catch you all later. And thank you very much. Bye bye.